What's up? What's up? It is four Phonies talking Titans. What up, fellas? What up?
What's happening?
What's going on?
What hype is to start the show. You know. Intro. You know, three Phonies were been hanging out over the weekend. Left one phony out. Y'all left the phony out.
We never leave a phony out.
No.
Phonies are always in our heart.
I disagree. I was left out.
Like, well, you know, I thought about coming to pick you up in my private jet.
Yeah,
but
could have did that.
Gas going back up, so too expensive. Yeah, man.
Y'all look like y'all had a good time. Phony Corey was the chef de jour over there, you know.
It was done. Ratatouille over there.
Look real master, you know. Had a little smoke going, you know.
Yeah, how was that brisket, man? I didn't get to taste that brisket. How was it?
It was good. I wish I would have got more. Should have took me a to-go plate.
You should have.
You didn't take a to-go?
Tor didn't eat much, man. You must be on Ozempic or something. You on Ozempic, man? Because I looked at your plate, bro. You didn't really have much either. You just, I know the chicken. I feel like I didn't do my best on. I'm not consistent, man.
It was good to me. It was good.
It was good, man. But last time was, you know, you would have had to get more than that one little piece you had. You only had one piece. So I said,
one thigh, you can eat them thighs like popcorn. You be over there like.
Well, you know, it was my first time experiencing Phony Corey's, you know, food, grill it out. I didn't want to be rude and just eat it all. He got two kids he got to feed too, because them jokers eat all the time.
Oh man!
They said they want real food. I want real food.
Real.
You didn't say that. They really said it. One of them did. I want real food.
Who they get it from though?
They get it honest. Well, fellas, y'all, anything else before we just dive right into this show? This
plenty to talk about.
I consider it our pre-draft show. Anything else y'all need to get off your chest? Y'all ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Well, let's do it. First things first. We're gonna talk about the coaches speak on the first week of meetings. Corey, we're gonna start with you, and you're gonna give your take on what you took from Peter Wilson's press conference.
Yep, man. I think they did a kind of a great job just rolling out those guys for Titans Nation, you know, all at once up there, hearing from all the coaches. The one I really was excited about was the defensive coordinator, our new defensive coordinator. I think Denard Wilson?
Yeah, Denard
Wilson. You can just tell in his opening statements, and he's a football coach. He's a football guy. He's been around the game long enough. He's played it, and he knows. I really think he knows what he's doing. Just looking into him, man, just coming into the league, he was an actual scout for somebody. I think was L.A. I don't know. It was.
I forgot. I just heard him say he was a scout. I forgot who he
Yeah. For about like 3 years, I think he was a scout, and then had an opportunity with the St. Louis Rams to come in and do some things. Started out, you know, that real grind. I mean, you start from the bottom and to see where he's worked his way up to, and to see kind of what his track record as far as success. I mean, he's got time with Philadelphia. I think his time in Philadelphia came before his Baltimore stint last season. But at Philadelphia, I mean, he had one of the top secondaries. I think they were number 1 ranked as far as, you know, at the end of the year, they ranked out like that. And then balled out when he was at Baltimore. His guys balled out. They were top 10 in passing yardage.
Okay, we know his history.
Yeah. I had to highlight that. The only reason I say all that stuff, is because we've been really bad in our pass defense. We've been really, I think we ranked like last season. So it's a breath of fresh air. I love what he's saying. I think we won't even talk about the new talent in saying this, but I think he did a great job in communicating. I think he'll go over well with that defensive group. He knows what he's doing. He's going to garner a lot of respect out of his players.
Yeah, well, the one thing, I'm not going to go deep into this. That the one thing I did like that he said is that he's going to see what everybody does and cater to what they do, their strengths, and not just try to force them into the scheme. I like that. So let's move. Ricky, you had Coach Holz. It's Holz, Holz, the OC. What's your take on him?
Well,
conference.
First of all, I'm glad he's here because I think it was huge in getting Ridley first and foremost. But just from that press conference, I feel like he has all the confidence in the world of Levis. I think they'll have a good relationship. Seemed like he loves his work ethic and everything, and he went into basically how much Levis is already invested in. You know what I'm saying? Like helping the offense or whatever. He pointed out a couple things. Yeah, with the questions and things like that, and kind of even informing some of the maybe receivers or tight ends or whatever. He liked that interaction, and Levis already, demonstrating to them guys, hey, if you do this way I'm gonna throw it type thing. So I think he's an extension of Brian Callahan. He came from Jacksonville as the passing game coordinator, I think. So I don't know how much he'll be involved in calling plays, but I think he's going to be huge in just setting up things, helping scheme things. And one thing I did notice about one of the comments was about the O-line. And what was it? He said that the O-line will basically create like the point of attack for the defense. Kind of like he want them to kind of I guess predict the way the defense play or whatever. So that I think that'll be helpful for the offense overall. But once again, and I'll make a point about Burks. He just told Burks that he looked like he has all the potential in the world, but he's going to have to work for it and earn that spot and that respect, from him and everybody. So
yeah. One other thing I did take from him was he said speed. Really has speed, and it looks like they want speed on the offensive side. And another thing, the backs being 1A, 1B, and interchangeable, not just predictable of the scheme of. Well, I won't get into that. Y'all know what I mean. Is predictability by players that play when they come in. But Tori, Tap 40. You got the head coach, because you are the head coach of the Phonies.
We had to give him the head coach.
You got the Callahan presser. What did you take from what Callahan had to say? Callie, as they call it.
Well, I don't know which presser y'all are talking about. I'm just going off some of the stuff I've seen since he's been hired. Me and him have a lot of the same philosophies about team rules. That stuck out to me. He doesn't have that many rules. You just do what's right, and you're professional. Take care of your bodies, take care of yourself, do the right thing, don't get in trouble. That's one thing that stuck out to me for him. But if y'all could pick me up on something else y'all heard him say, it would be great. I'm dropping the ball on this part, but I know he said earlier that he wants speed, he wants talent, he wants to score points. And they've made moves in the offseason to show that, So that's what I took from him. I'm excited for him to be here. Offensive-minded coach that got his dad with him on the O-line. You know, we're making moves to make plays on the offensive side of the ball instead of relying on 17 points to win a ball game. I think we're going to get to that 22, 23, 24 point range, you know, give us a real good chance with the different philosophies. Me and Corey talked about it last night that we're going to have to get used to having these new philosophies. We're not the same old Titans from the past, you know, especially
I'm used to it. Hell, I've been wanting that for 3 years now, different philosophy. But so I welcome the new philosophy.
Yeah. It's like we're getting caught up with the rest of the NFL. You know, we've been in that antique football style of run the football, but now we're gonna stretch it. We're gonna throw it down the field. We're gonna make things happen.
Man, what struck me when I heard
Go ahead.
Excuse me. When I heard Callahan, one thing that I did notice is, man, he's totally different from Vrabel as far as how he communicates to his team. Vrabel was effective. He was effective in communicating with his team, and I don't think he. I agree with you. He probably when that losing comes, you pretty much you're gonna lose some numbers of the team when you're losing like that.
Yeah, and he's not just communicating with the team of how Callahan is communicating. He's communicating with the press. Like
God, yeah.
Hold it in and say, "Oh, I'm tough and I don't have to tell you anything," or give a little snide remark. He's just telling, "This is what we're doing," and they asked the questions, he answered, and I'm pretty sure the press. You know, you ain't got to tell everything, but I'm pretty sure it's refreshing for the press coming out that they have something to write, tweet, or talk about because he's giving them some information. And
being in that role as the head coach, he's talking to the players through the media. He's genuine. He's showing us who he is, and I'm quite sure he coaches. He relays the same message that he relaying to the media to the players. Mm-hmm. So, and he's honest and genuine. It's from the heart. He's not hiding his feelings. You know, but he's not giving away everything like you said, but he's giving us a little bit, a small peek of how he is.
Yeah.
And another refreshing thing is it's all the way through the staff. It's coming from the top. You know, he's communicating like that. He's opening up, and all of them are mirroring that and not really keeping. You know, I don't think they're giving up, like you said, top putting themselves at a disadvantage.
They gotta be like that. You gotta be like that. If you're the head coach, you gotta have you all gotta be on the same page, and you guys check your ego at the door if you're gonna have success. I don't think you had that with Vrabel. Vrabel was my way or no else. You know, it was his way only. It's gonna be a what's the word of the year for the Titans? Collaboration. Amy them and Rand been saying collaboration from the jump, and you can see it. It's not a one person making the call.
Right. Yeah. And we actually know who the DC is. There's one
right.
There's not a head coach that's gonna decide, hey, you know what? We're in the AFC Championship game, and I'm gonna call the defense this to get the shine. But let's move on. We ain't gonna talk about him too much. Let's go through a little what we really here for, a little draft day scenarios. And I'll get y'all's take. And here's the first draft day scenario. Alt and neighbors, which seems like it's a consensus of people that want those guys.
Right.
For the Titans. Either one, you know, you're good with either one. Alt and neighbors are off the board at 7. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go to the next question. The next question.
Those tie both together.
Yeah, they tie together. Those two are off the board. You don't have neighbors to pick at 7. Are any of these guys, Rome, Olu, Bowers, or Latham, worth the number 7 pick?
Say them again. Say the names again.
Rome, the
Okay.
receiver. Olu, left tackle from Penn State. Bowers, tight end from Georgia. Latham, the right tackle from Georgia.
Alabama.
No, Latham, Georgia, Alabama.
Yeah.
In my opinion, from these two questions,
Latham's from Alabama, my bad.
whichever Olu or Latham, which one they have graded the highest, I want them to go with that. Are they worth the 7?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're moving to another scenario after this, but if they have Olu or Latham as their number 1 tackle, they could be the number. They could have them over out on their board.
They could, but I'm just,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, as the consensus right now, Alton Neighbors are, you see mocks is Alton Neighbors for the Titans. They could have one of them overall. They could be that guy.
And I think something you said about Olu being real agile and maybe having more upside, I think it'd be worth it. I do. I think fashion will be worth it.
Ricky's good with Olu. Or are you good with Latham at 7?
I don't think I'm good with Latham. Because didn't he only played right tackle in college, right?
Yeah.
He only played right tackle. I don't think it's 7.
That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. You may fit him at right tackle, but you really not wanting to take him at 7.
I'm really not wanting to take him at 7.
Okay.
Is that your drawback just because he only played right tackle?
To me, I think he would he's possibly the 3rd, 4th, or 5th tackle really on the board.
You would probably take him more mid first.
More mid first.
Like,
yeah.
It's kind of.
Never mind. I was going to say, but I think we're going to get to that point if we was to trade back.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Yeah. I like how you stopped yourself on that one.
Yeah.
Well, I think any of the guys mentioned is worth the 7th round draft pick, if those guys are not available.
A 7th pick, not 7th round.
7th pick, right? 7th pick
overall.
That's what I meant. 7th pick overall. They are worth that. Latham, if he was a dog at right tackle, we got a new regime. We got a new O-line coach. I think those guys can be interchangeable. They can be coached up to play a different position. We're looking for size. We're looking for ability. But I got a dark horse, same school from Alabama. What about the cornerback? Is he worth a 7?
Kool-Aid?
Let me see. I'm looking at my list.
Are you talking about Arnold?
We got the guy from Kansas City on one side. You put him on the other.
We got another guy on the other side already.
Yeah,
Who is it?
Cheeto. Conquo. What not?
Awuzie.
Call him Cheeto.
Yeah,
he got paid.
If it gets too bad, we will trade back. I wouldn't be shocked if we do.
Corey, what's your take on those 4 guys at the 7 pick?
Yeah. I wouldn't I'd be
now I'm gonna say this. You at one point you were a Rome guy.
And at one point he was a Bowers guy.
Yeah.
I was a Bowers guy. I don't remember being a Rome guy.
Early you were a Rome guy.
I was a Neighbors guy. I was the first person out of us to say I wanted Neighbors in the draft.
Bowers is definitely worth a 7th pick.
After the combine.
Before the combine. Neighbors.
The combine, you was wrong. You was on wrong.
Oh no, I wasn't on him. I said he's smooth. I said he look at it. I wanted y'all to watch him. I was looking at him live in those drills. He's smooth, but I don't see him as he'll probably, depend on in the scheme he goes to, he'll be fine in the league. but we need explosiveness like I seen Neighbors had. The season I seen them have is what excited me. Rome Odunze, he hit or miss. I don't think you can really miss with Neighbors just by.
So these four, right?
Neighbors is gone.
Neighbors is gone, and yeah, all this gone. I'm looking for another deal. I want some more draft capital. I want 2 first-round picks. I'm hoping somebody.
Corey, stop. He said he wasn't getting into that, and I knew you would go down that road. Just these 4 guys.
No.
Okay, that's all I needed.
None are working.
They may be worth it, but I would.
What about Talise from Oregon State?
Who?
No. The lineman.
No.
That's a high pick, man.
No.
I'm looking at the ratings. And
I know who you're talking about. I wouldn't take him at 7.
They got all that 6.49, and Talise is 6.48.
Wow. I don't know if I take him.
And that's the problem, though. Well, let me just interject this. Somebody's going to get taken that we don't talk about every day.
Yeah, of course. It happens every draft.
It happens 100%. Every draft.
I don't think we're going to get the people that they're talking about.
Probably not.
That's right.
We do this every year.
Every year we do this.
We do it every year.
I'll say this: out of those 4, Olu would probably be the only one I would take at 7. The rest, I don't think I'm spending my 7th. Bowers is intriguing, but I don't think I'll spend my 7th pick on tight end like that. What's
our biggest need right now?
Still tackle to me.
Biggest need.
Priority number 1.
I'm gonna say our biggest need is somebody that can block on the left tackle.
We still need left tackle. We need.
I'm not saying drafting first 7, but that's a big need.
We only got 1 middle linebacker.
That's what I was about to say, linebacker too, but not at 7. Is it one work?
Yes, that's the question. It's not about. It's like, are these guys worth it? These are like, like Corey said, anybody could jump up there. Somebody could get fascinated with somebody and jump up there and grab somebody.
Right.
But this is about kind of tightens. It kind of gives us what we've talked about. Receiver is one spot. Bowers is kind of a hybrid kind of receiver type, and then you got 2 tackles those are needs that we need on offense. So
yeah,
that's really why I asked the question. So let's go to this. This is where Ricky stopped. Corey went down the rabbit hole because he does that, and he probably wasn't paying attention to you talking, Ricky. That's probably what happened.
I heard him say rabbit hole.
See.
I don't even think I used that term ever in my life.
No, path.
So you're not taking. Let's just say we're not taking any of those 4 guys.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all cool with the trade back for more picks?
100%.
We add a third round pick.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
How I'll go to this. How far are you willing to trade back?
I don't want to go any further than probably about 12.
12.
Yeah, I think 12, kind of that sweet spot where you can. Well, some of these that you said, those 4 that you listed, some of them may still be available. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just throw this out. Let's say you can get to 17, and you trade back to 17, and let's just say Latham is there. Let's just say the Oregon State tackle that Corey's talking about is there. Let's just say there's edge rusher Jared Verse from
Florida State
there. Of course, there's going to be a linebacker. Let's just say there's another corner there. Let's just say Brian, I forget his last name. The other receiver from LSU is there.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Thomas.
Ooh, don't you making it tough?
Yeah. I knew Corey. I knew that.
Oh man,
you at 17. You done picked up the picks now. You done maybe picked up another third rounder, maybe another pick, brought your seventh back or something, maybe a fifth or something like that. So
I think
I'm just saying, do you with those people, maybe let's just say Latham's off, but there's a couple others. Do you see yourself saying, okay, I'll go back to 17? That's the question. This is just for Ricky, then I go to Corey and Tori.
I do. I think
now you go back to 17, you may get a little bit extra.
Yeah, and then I think you can still play around with that extra pick you picked up or something, But we at 38, so
you're 38, but then you getting let's say you get into like the 46s.
Yeah.
Which we like right now we're at 38, and then we don't draft to like 10, not 40s. You may be in the 50s for the third round, 50s and 60s. Now we go
need
from
that third.
We go from 38 to like 106 or something like that now.
We need that third round pick. We need that third. But you could work with it. I think if some of those guys that you name are available, and we need a pass rusher, we do. We need a linebacker. What's the?
Yeah.
It's
Cooper Texas A&M.
So around that middle part of that first round, I wouldn't mind a linebacker, a middle linebacker right there.
Yeah.
Because that's a need. And they say you don't really want to be drafted for need, but that would fill a void that we need. So
are you
we in position
best player available at that time?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, Corey and Tori, you was out for a second. Corey, how far are you trading back? If you trade back,
man. Originally, I was thinking the same, like 11, 12, because I want somebody desperate that really thinks somebody's going to get their guy, and they may give up a little bit more just to secure that seventh pick if that guy's on the board. So I was hoping I could just move back to about 12 and pick up, an additional pick even late this round. I wanted 2 first round picks.
It's gonna be hard to pick up another late first round pick. That's not unrealistic.
Yeah.
Now
right.
here's the thing that I play around with the mock draft sometimes, and on this one mock draft, I traded back to 21. Now we picked up what we ended up picking up there. We picked up some picks this year, but we also picked up a second and a third for next year.
Interesting.
That's how you build.
I was sitting here thinking that anyway.
Yeah,
trade back, get a future first round pick.
Wow.
By trading back, because you're looking at quality and not necessarily quantity. When you're trading back, if the talent's not there for this draft, you got to think down the road, what can we get for the future? So that's I'm for getting more picks, but not necessarily. It doesn't have to be for this year's draft.
But even in these scenarios, though, somebody I would hope that we picked up. It may not be the names we've been talking about, but I'd love to come away from that draft with at least one dog that you really wanted, like Sweat or somebody like that.
Yeah, I think this year I'm with you on that. I need that. I need our first and second round pick to contribute this year.
Exactly.
100%.
Not
Yeah.
looking at, oh, we gotta develop him.
Don't need that.
No, I need you to contribute this year, and just, man, I need that. And this next question goes back to, and it could be trade. Y'all have touched a little bit on it. Could defense be the first round pick if trading back?
I think
Yeah.
It could be.
Like
Yeah.
Most
linebacker,
definitely.
we got one. We got Reese and we got Dr. Gibby still on the roster and a couple other guys. But how comfortable do y'all feel with saying next to Kenneth Murray, we're going to start this guy, Reese or Gibby?
I liked what I saw from Reese,
I did too.
but
I like what he's a smaller linebacker, right? A little
Yeah.
bit
Yeah.
smaller, but kind of fly around. If he probably added a little weight, which I bet he did, I wouldn't be opposed to it. But definitely, if we trade back and we got a dog that's a true linebacker, man, I'm going with that. I wouldn't mind that in mid first round. I wouldn't. I
What
wouldn't.
about what if we take a safety if we go like the 21, 22, somewhere around that, we take a safety.
I wouldn't like that.
You wouldn't
Me
like that?
personally.
So Rick wants to address the linebacker need before safety need. Corey mentioned the guy last night, local product that the Titans brought in this past week, Junior Colson from Michigan, from Ravenwood.
Yeah.
He's possibly falling our lap right there, but is that too early to pick him?
It may be a little early for him. I would say he could fall for us at that 38 in the second round. He could fall somewhere around there.
Right.
He may be a little earlier. I've gone back and forth about the safety if they were to take a safety. Just because I'm just not a Molden starting fan. And this is just the draft right now. We'll get after the draft, we'll get into the free agency and all of that of who's left out there. We know there's still people out there, but just as the draft, maybe not in the first round, but if there was one in the second round and we address tackle or
not me. I don't want a safety. Not in the second round.
I'm a no on safety as well.
Not that high because I think you draft a second round safety, we're going to be wanting them to play. I just don't.
I definitely want them to play.
I don't want them to play. I don't want a rookie at safety. I don't.
You don't want a rookie at safety.
I don't. I don't. Not coming in and starting day one at safety. Who was that guy?
You weren't mad when Byard started.
He started as a rookie.
He did.
Byard did,
and he was probably a draft pick. You was happy because he was from MTSU.
He was making plays too.
Was he? How good were we that year?
Our defense was pretty good. Our defense was pretty good.
The next year he elevated to getting all those interceptions.
Okay.
Right. I think I'm okay second. I'm over them. I'm just saying for the draft, we may get somebody in free agency, but I'm over the looking at Molden running in quicksand back there. That's just what I'm over.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel you on that.
Next question. And this is always at the back end of the draft, which is important. I I will tell Tori and Corey, I argue with y'all about the back end of the draft. I'll say we're gonna find some gems. Just okay, if they work out to become gems, I'm okay with it. But at first, I need the back end to feel as depth pieces. I like Corey saying he don't want a safety to start at I don't want one of our 7th round picks, 6th round picks starting. I don't want.
Yeah.
So you're feeling the back end of this draft with your depth. Where are you looking for the most depth to fill? Position that you think definitely needs to be. If it's not addressed early, it definitely needs to be addressed late in the draft.
I think my number one is probably D tackle.
Yeah.
I think D tackle, first we might be picking that early though, because we need some help up front. But I think filling that D tackle position, you need to find one of them big guys that's hungry, like dang his darn name, why his name escaped me, that Tart. Somebody like a Tart but with a little better work ethic or something,
Right.
no
Big
offense or
guy.
whatever.
And I
A
think
big
they like
boy.
big guys. They said something in the press conference is we want to look good getting off the bus.
Yeah.
Be big, and they alluded to that a few times in the press conference. I know the defensive at Wilson. Somebody, well, no, I wouldn't. Will somebody said it? Sometimes it just comes down to can I think it was the head coach. Can that man move this other man?
Wilson said in another, not this past week, but he said he wants to be big and physical, like what they were in Baltimore, big and physical.
Yeah. I think in the back end of the draft, we'll probably do what we did. We'll do opposite of what we've done in the past by trying to find that gem of a receiver. We'll try to find that gem of a DB, to give us more depth in the secondary. My original thought was to say D tackle like Rick, but I think we may do something. It's going to be on the defensive side of the ball. So I'm looking at, secondary, somebody that we can groom for the future, with the contracts we got and get better that way. Because I feel like we're going to address the offensive needs earlier in the draft, and the back end might be something for the secondary.
How y'all feel about running back?
I'm good with that. I'll take it one. What I like, and I think I talked to y'all about this, like in the 4th, 5th round or something right there.
Somebody push. Chestnut.
I like Ray Davis from Kentucky to feel there somewhere.
I'm saying they put somebody in there to push Chestnut because we know we got Spears and Pollard.
You still got Haskins on the roster.
Haskins still on the roster.
Yeah,
he's still on the roster.
To push Chestnut in, and yes, Chestnut has done some good things. So yeah, why not bring in a Ray Davis to push him? And I'll go to a spot that I think needs a backup. Is we need a backup center. I don't know who it is on the roster right now.
Right.
So
it'll be Corey Levin. So you say we're done bringing in Corey Levin?
Yeah,
that's what we usually do every year.
I'll be done with Corey Levin, but if we could get a backup center, because centers are, there may be one taken early, but centers you may get, it may be some centers late in the draft, because me working with the mocks, I see like his name is Kingsley from Florida. He be there late in the draft, and he's a guy that can move. He moves real well.
Wow. Okay.
Good stuff.
Yeah. And shoot, we may need tight end because we need depth at tight end.
You're right, because they talked about basically we need a blocking tight end. We don't really have a blocking tight end. And wow, they talked about it's gotten bigger, but we still need that inline blocking tight end.
Yeah.
Why? I think our philosophies have changed offensively. How big of a need is a blocking tight end in our offense we're going to be in?
Not just necessarily you when you know he comes in, he's about to block.
Well,
But
that's why we picked up that lineman from the Browns. Not the Browns, Bengals.
Brown.
Where was he at? Browns, yeah.
Brown.
You know, he played tight end. Just
Yeah.
bringing an extra lineman if we're gonna run the ball.
Well, I'm talking about it. I'll say this: somebody that can come in and block and still his thing is more blocking, but still have that capability. Hey, we're gonna play action and may catch you out of the backfield.
Sneak him out.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's my thought, because I'm just thinking Chig and Wiley the only ones on the roster, really.
Right.
But you know, Wiley got hurt a lot last year. He might be one or two concussions from not
Right.
playing football. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the standpoint I'm coming from, is needing.
They said they wanted to go into camp with what, 5?
Yeah, you need those
5
guys.
tight end. Whoo.
Yeah, I heard him say that.
Callahan said that.
Yeah.
Callahan said that. So that's speaking of adding some depth right there. If he does what he says.
Yeah. Okay.
Every spot's gonna get depth. I think these are more depths that has potential, and they're gonna have to be come in. You got to bust your butt on special teams to make the squad.
Yeah, you got to be a contributor, on all phases.
DJ Tone 5000 has a comment as how y'all feel about Will and Tony Pollard together.
Levis and Pollard.
Yeah,
I'm good with Levis and Pollard. That
seems like
that's
money.
good. I like Pollard. The addition of Pollard. We got two backs that are interchangeable. That when they come in, it's not set that we're gonna run this play, run that play, and it's gonna be times that they'll probably be in the game together. So
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
I'm intrigued by
seeing
the mismatches they create with our running backs on a linebacker and see who can win that one-on-one battle.
Yeah, and also you talked about that mismatches. I heard them talking about they're gonna move receivers around. So that sounds like there's gonna be more motion. If we did motion, we were just going to get set up on the other side of the line of scrimmage. It wasn't motion like I'm in motion and then the ball is snapped. It was just okay, you move over here so you can make this the strong side and block over here.
Yeah.
If I'm a receiver for the Titans, I'm
happy.
I'm happy.
You better be catching some passes in this offseason if you're a receiver for the Titans. You better be putting in that work. You better come in ready to play. The balls will be thrown to you this year.
Yeah. Right.
Hopefully their fingers won't be so mangled from blocking so much.
Nah, they
in the
past. You think about you talking about the fingers mangled from blocking so much. How many of them really have been on the Titans for like 3 years? NWA.
Yeah, that's it.
That's the only one. D-Hop had 1 year. Ridley's new. If you go
Phillips third year.
But Phillips, he basically missed the whole season.
Been hurt. Yeah. Burke's been hurt. Burke's been hurt.
Burke's been in and out.
Yeah.
Right.
So a lot of those guys, other than NWI, that are coming back for the Titans, is their third year. They didn't really block a lot.
Nah.
That's a good point, sir.
They were missing.
That's a good point. I got a question.
But guess what?
Oh,
they better not be MIA or they may get some walking papers this year. I think you're gonna find some people to bring competition to the wide receiver.
Yeah.
And another good thing that was done in the offseason was getting a new strength and conditioning coach.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Staff.
because oh my gosh, I've been complaining about hamstrings and all that for years for the
Soft
Titans.
tissue injuries.
Can I ask the group a question? Because I just thought of this. It's a good question. Do you think the person is on the roster right now on week 1 that will go deep and field our punt? Is a punt on the team right now? Our starting punt returner, is he on the roster right now?
That's a low.
Let me stump you.
Are you saying
is he
on the roster right now?
Right now.
I will say
come on, man.
Oh man, I could.
We got Tony Pollard on there. Is he gonna do it?
I'm not putting Pollard back at a return.
Spears.
only person I would, golly, only person that I
got Phillips still.
No, absolutely zero.
No confidence in Phillips.
Izzy did better than him, but then the only other person I would think that possibly is on the roster that could return punts is Jackson if he comes back out.
That's the only person I could think of.
That's
Jackson.
That's really the only person I'm thinking about. I'm not. I don't know.
Aside from him,
Phillips don't need to be back there anymore.
Okay.
He's a dead headlights. Jackson's the only possibility.
They might put Burks back there.
So I will say he may need to go back there.
They said it's a one cut. Ain't a whole bunch of dancing in this new system, this new punt formation.
Nah, ain't no new punt formation.
They didn't change that, did they? They changed the punt formation.
Oh, I'm sorry, punt. I'm sorry.
Return.
I'm sorry.
So I'll say 98% no.
So okay. Does that mean anybody's ranking higher in our priority on the draft board?
No, I'm not drafting a punt return.
I'm saying
a DB that's returning punts right now, or a receiver that's returning punts right now.
The punt returner is on our roster right now. We just don't know who it is. We got a new special teams coordinator. The philosophies and coaching may be different. It may improve some of these guys that we don't have our faith in right now. At least they got some experience, and we're gonna try to make them better.
I'm almost now thinking about that. Now I'm looking at that. Now I'm looking at that second round pick, and I'm thinking about a receiver that can do them both.
We're not gonna waste a second round pick on a guy that's gonna return punts.
He's gonna catch the ball, so he's a receiver that can do both. What's the Texas boy name?
Decent point to go.
It's a good question.
You can do both because that receiver's coming in as a third receiver, fourth receiver. So
possibly could be, but I think the guy's already there.
That's good.
I wonder where he is.
Yeah, I don't know.
He didn't do it. Well, Mason Kinsey was our punt returner last year.
Didn't Guerra return some punts?
Yeah.
Man,
I forgot about Guerra.
I'm 98% sure they're not there.
All right, sorry. I just wanted to. Okay, we got a comment from Dion. Dion, what's up, man? Good to see you back. I know you asked a couple of questions last time. Dion says, "Damn, I'm late to the party." Then he says, "I say Jackson on punt returns and Phillips on kick returns, or draft Zay." That's whose name I was trying to think of. Appreciate you, Dion. Xavier Worthy to do returns.
Dion from Texas. Dion, I agree with 2 out of 3 of those. I don't want to see Phillips touching the ball.
Nah.
Is Worthy from Texas?
Yes.
Okay.
Ran like a 3.9.
I like Worthy.
Yeah, I did not want to see Phillips touching the ball on any type of return. Although the kickoff return is different, but I don't want to. I don't know. His shoulder gonna get hurt. Yeah.
Hopefully, we won't have that many kickoff returns.
Hopefully not. But all right, fellas, y'all Y'all got anything else that y'all need to add before we get out of here?
It's getting down to it, fellas. It's getting down to it, getting close. What is it, like what, 12 days
Less
away?
than 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks. Any
Yeah.
big plans? Are we getting together? Are we coming together? Well, we're not. Oh, okay.
I'll be working the draft for my employer.
Wow, working.
Is it the thing again? Y'all doing the Nissan thing?
Yeah. Y'all want to? It's free to the
Yeah.
public.
Oh, you opened
yeah.
it back up.
Y'all hiring? I can work too. Y'all hiring?
Now you have to work the summers.
You gotta work when?
I say you
Wait a
have to
minute,
work the summers.
This is Mr. Vacation himself talking about
Wow.
Mr. Passport right here. Hey, let me add this. I know the music is playing, but hey guys, we got a new philosophy we got to get used to. It's gonna be totally different and it's exciting. So we're not the same old Titans.
Not the same
No,
old
we're not.
Titans. All right, guys. Good night. We check us out on all social media platforms, and we probably will be back right after the draft to talk about the draft. Are we
Get to
happy? Grade the draft? Then we can go into free agency. Who's left out there?
We're gonna snag Simmons.
It's Christmas time. The draft.
Let's go, and we are 4 Phonies out.
We out. Are you?